Let's go on some Instagram. Oh, Crunchyroll, they made a new post about Attack on Titan. Let me see what's going on. Wait, wait, what the? Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Tomioka. So I'm your host Toso, and today I'm here to bring you some news that, truth be told, a lot of people aren't excited about. And this is in regards to one of the most popular anime that is out right now, that is getting ready to start back up apparently on March 4th, Attack on Titan. So if you don't know what Attack on Titan is, big fucking monsters, we go around killing them, and then it devolved into governmental beefs like this. That's essentially what it turned into. It went from people versus monsters to people versus people. Now we have nations and factions and all this crazy ass stuff. I essentially dropped Attack on Titan at like the start of season 4. It got too convoluted, too complicated, and I wasn't willing to keep up with it. So the news that we have about Attack on Titan, they have recently announced that the third part of the final season, like I previously mentioned, is going to be coming out on March 4th. However, and this is why people are upset, the third part of the 4th season is going to be split into 2 halves. Hey, yo, what the so fuck? Essentially, and I know that sounds very confusing, essentially if I was to run down the entire title, the entire introduction of what we're getting ready to get into, it is Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 3, 1 out of 2. Now, you can imagine why people are upset, but if you don't know, think about it like this. When a show typically announces a season, once that season is done, you're going to have to wait a significant amount of time before the next part of that season comes out. Next part of that season, or the next season as a whole. What Attack on Titan is essentially doing is making this way more complicated than it needs to be, and a lot of fans and a lot of diehards specifically feel like, you know, if they just need the time to put something together, you know, to put like a movie together, or to just finish it to where it's not 2 halves but it's just one complete part, they should do that. But you know, with time crunches or whatever the hell Mappa's got going on, I can only imagine they can only do so much with their time. And me personally, I just feel like if you can't manage it to the point where you can give the audience exactly what they've been desiring for a while, because a lot of people have been fiending for this final act, just give it to another studio. You know, truth be told, just because you got to think about it, I've already previously said it, but Mappa's doing so much with so many different IPs and products and everything like that. It would be pretty difficult to try to fit this in as well. And you know, I was making the joke that, oh, Mappa's team is so big, but apparently it's not so big to the point to where they can't even finish this part to its entirety. They have to still wait until like way later, and they're making their fans wait until way later, and it's just an entire mess, truth be told. I know a lot of people are gonna have mixed opinions about it, and some people, they don't mind the waiting, other people they do. So it's really just split in half. It really depends on your preference at the end of the day. Me personally, I would feel almost insulted as a diehard fan of the franchise, truth be told, because I don't like the idea. For one, I'm not even the biggest fan of splitting up seasons as a whole. That's number one. And number two, to split up the season and then split up the split is absolutely insane. So, and then I don't even know how many episodes the halves are going to be. Like I said, Attack on Titan is on some weird mess, but you know, what do you guys think? Is this something that you're going to keep up with? Is this something that really doesn't bother you, really doesn't get under your skin? Can you empathize or sympathize, whichever word it is, for the people that are actually genuinely upset about this? You let me know, and I'll see you guys with the next video. The next video will more than likely be the next episode in Heated Combat, Can Blank Beat Goku. I think this one in particular is going to be a bit of a game changer, and I'll say just that, but I'll see you guys in the next one.